16 minutes before the hour now, from the shadows of the CIA, we're now hearing firsthand the story of a former spy who claims the agency is preventing him from being with his own fiancée.
I have spent the last 4 years literally pining for my soulmate every day.
He goes by the alias Mac Charles. We're told both his fiancée and he were undercover officers working the riskiest of assignments without diplomatic protection. The former spy claims some of his bosses did not approve of their relationship. He accuses the agency of wrongly firing him and threatening to demote his fiancée if she reaches out to him in any way. He sat down with our correspondent Leah Gabriel for his first interview, and she's with us on the news deck. Leah?
Well, Shep, as you know, I used to work as an intelligence officer, and I once knew this man. Now, he says that that's why he reached out to me on this story. He says that the problem started when his managers tried to break up the relationship with his fiancée. He lodged a formal complaint accusing them of age discrimination, and he says that that triggered a series of events that ultimately caused him to lose everything.
A few CIA managers conspired together and fired me in retaliation using false evidence. Because of that, I lost the job I was born to do, and I want it back.
He can't show his face or use his real name, and he asked us to disguise his voice. But the former spy revealed a lot about the inner workings of the CIA in this lawsuit against his former and what he hopes will be future employer.
Were you a good officer?
I was a good officer, and I would even say an excellent officer.
He claims his performance evaluation showed he met or exceeded all expectations until he filed that age discrimination complaint.
I think it was retaliation, plain and simple.
The retaliation, he says, included this scathing memo a senior CIA official signed 5 years ago. It accused him of having inappropriate personal contact with a female student and noted a lack of operational accomplishment and mediocrity.
Is there truth to any of that? Is there truth to any performance problems?
What he wrote was utterly false.
The memo also described him as a nightmare for the agency's finance team, suggesting he filed inaccurate expense reports.
I was hired to be a spy. I was not hired because of my accounting acumen.
If the finances are flawed, then you got to look at everything else.
A former CIA officer who is not connected with this case says he finds it hard to believe the former agent's complaint that after firing him, the CIA has ordered his fiancée to cut off all further contact with him.
It's really a strange claim. I will put it that way. And in my experience, I just can't imagine the agency ever doing something along those lines.
You must have some contact with the fiancée.
No, I don't.
None?
I don't. She knows what my phone number is, and I haven't changed it for that reason. And someday she'll call me.
But 4 years have passed, and he says she still hasn't called. Now, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission rejected his complaint alleging age discrimination. The CIA isn't saying much about this case, but a spokesman tells me the CIA cannot comment on ongoing litigation, but will file a response to this lawsuit. Now, the former non-official cover officer tells me that he has written a book about his experience at the CIA, and Sheppy says they will not allow him to publish a single word.